Start off, I want to let you guys know who I am. My name is Landstreet. I'm in Tango Company, and I'm majoring in business administration because my goal is to be an international salesman, minoring in Spanish. So, I grew up in Rock Hill, South Carolina. It's about 2.5 hours from here, not too far. But what I'm going to talk about today is the correlation between situations and the choices that you make to get to those situations. I can stand up here and talk about how I was raised in a loving home, had a really effective brother in my life, and had a family that had a huge influence on me. That's the situation. I was put in a private school, I guess to protect me from the outside world. I don't know what my parents' logic was behind that. But those situations I was put in did not define who I am today. It's the choices I made. I made some really good choices, and Lord knows some really bad choices. For example, in 8th grade, my parents got a divorce. After that, my uncle died of alcohol poisoning. I was in 8th grade, and my parents, they weren't close, so I had to be there for my mother. And about 2 weeks later, my grandmother died. And about 2 weeks later, my brother about got killed in a drug deal. Horrible situations. Horrible. And I allowed those situations to dictate the choices that I made as a young man. And of course, those choices were not good choices at all. I chose to leave the private school, go to a public school, hang out with a really bad crowd, pick up some nasty habits, horrible habits. And those choices that I made led from me being in a good situation to me being distant from my parents, no motivation at all other than to do the things I was doing and to not care about school one bit. And I was happy with that. I was personally happy with smoking and partying and nothing else. I lost a lot of great friends doing that. Friends that would have had really positive effects in my life. And one day, junior year of high school, March 17th, I was in a situation to where I needed money, and I started selling weed. So I brought the weed to school, and one of my friends was like, "How do you not get caught doing this?" And I smiled in her face and said, "Because I'm smart. I know what to do." Let me just go ahead and tell you about Karma. Her name is Nike, a drug dog. Very next class, knock on the door. "Joseph Landstreet, or Knob Landstreet, grab your car keys and your book bag and follow me." Turn to my right. "Hey, I'm getting arrested," to my friend. Started laughing, thought I was joking. Shook my head, said I'm being serious. I go out there, and lo and behold, there's a drug dog chewing this huge bone, and cops just tearing through my car. They didn't find it, but I told them exactly where it was. I chose to tell them, I chose to be cooperative, and that led to a situation where I just got expelled from school and not arrested. But that caused me to fail my junior year, and in my opinion, I wasn't going back to school. I was to a point in my life where I was like, hey, I made my choices, I got put in this situation, I'll be a waiter, I'll be a technician, I'll be a lawn care person. I don't care, I'm just ready to get out of there. But something happened. My dad, strong Christian man, him and I, we became very distant from each other. I actually moved out that summer when I got expelled and lived up in Charlotte with a couple of my friends. I didn't really talk to him for like months. But he said, hey, I'm going to give you a choice to make today. I'm either going to send you to Camden Military Academy, or you can move to the beach with me, start a new life, go to a private school. And I was like, Camden, beach, private school, I made my decision. Went to the beach. And when I got there, I was put in a situation to where I was surrounded by great people, great teachers, and a great atmosphere. But my choices still were, hey, Like, I'm at the beach. I'm about to have the time of my life. I did not care about my school. I didn't even want to go to a college. I just want to graduate from high school because my parents were making me. And after a couple of weeks me being there, I was being pushed by my classmates, my teachers, and my basketball coach to strive for more. I know that sounds kind of silly, but one step at a time, the choices that you make can lead to better situations. And through those better situations, you start making better choices. And as I start pushing myself more and more and more, I realized, hey, the more you push yourself, the more you have to live for. And I realized that the decisions I was making, the lifestyle that I originally wanted, that wasn't me thinking clearly. That kind of fun, that kind of partying is spurious. It's deceitful in nature or quality. Because it's a short-lived fun. After a while, you become tired of it. What else do you have to live for other than, your next thrill? So after a while of mentoring and a while of me personally evaluating myself, I decided to keep pushing myself, to keep pushing those boundaries. Never let your foot off that gas pedal. The Citadel is the only college I applied to. I didn't want to go to college unless it was the Citadel. Not because I want to be in the Army, not because I want to have a bald head. I mean, I know I look decent with a bald head, but, I miss my hair, okay? And when I got that acceptance letter, I cried like a baby. Not because I was just so happy to come to the Citadel, it's because I realized to myself, it doesn't matter how far you've been down. The rock bottom that you go to, you can pick yourself back up. It's not going to be from, hey, I'm just going to wait until something happens to bring me back up. You got to go out there and make it happen. And if you don't, you're going to be stuck in your same routines, same situations. It can lead to bad things, can lead to good things. But the choices that you make ultimately have the effect of what's going to happen in your life. The choice to come in here to be with all you people all came off of situations and choices we made, every single one of us. Nobody forced us to come to the Citadel. Situations may have provoked you coming to the Citadel, but are you going to choose to flounder around while you're at the best college in the Southeast? Or are you going to choose to capitalize on that and make yourself a situation to where future years, next week, next month, 10 years from now, it's all going to be impacted on what happens this week, next semester, next year. Thank you.